Welcome to Retire Rich, Finance Simplified, hosted by David Saldiva with Mark Hernandez and Carlos Lopez.
Hello, welcome to the podcast. I'm your host, Dave. I'm here with financial professional Mark Hernandez. Mark, what's going on? How was your holidays?
It was good, David. How was your holidays?
Everybody kept wishing me, Happy New Year all the time, and it's not happy when you're taking down all those Christmas decorations.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And then you got this, emptiness, and it's just sad. Everybody keeps wishing me Happy New Year, and it's so sad.
Well, the thing is, typically, the first week or two when you see people is, hey, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. It's just a greeting.
It's a greeting.
It's just a greeting. And the thing is that, we're coming off the highs of the holidays. First Thanksgiving starts revving things up. And then basically, I find the month of December, people start thinking more about the holidays, less about working, less about their finances and all that. But now that we're starting the new year and with everything that's going on, hey, it's back to business.
Yeah.
And, right now we're
taxes around the corner.
Yeah, right now we're having conversations, and that's one thing that our clients that you need to be aware of. Here it is, the middle of January, and if you made any distributions from any type of program, or if you have investments, or you have passive money sitting in the bank, you should be getting your 1099s before the end of January. And the thing is that what we're telling clients is, first off, be patient, because normally they start going out the middle of January, and you need to get it by the end of January. But the thing is that make sure that go back and look at what you did this past year, any distributions you might have made, money that you're getting from anywhere, or again, your basic bank accounts, CDs, passive income. Make a list of those accounts and make sure that you get your 1099s, because the worst thing you want to do is go ahead and file your tax return and miss a 1099. Oops. Then you get the letter for the IRS. The problem is there's an anxiety. What do they want? What do they want? Well, again, just organize yourself.
That was my wife.
Yeah, organize yourself. Get ready. And know how many 1099s you should be expecting, and they should be in by the end of February. That's one thing.
I'm already getting text messages from my tax software. It's like, get ready, 1099s are rolling out. And I think last year my wife had too many 1099s, and I lost count.
Yeah,
I was missing one or two of them, and I had to file an extension on there.
Yeah, you need to just be aware of that. The second thing, conversations now we're having with everything going on in the world. Hackers are getting so sophisticated, and schemes and fraud is getting more sophisticated. And clients sometimes will be calling us saying, hey, is this you that sent me this information? Is this, how do I know it's legit? Well, first off, obviously every account you have from time to time, make sure you change your passwords. Make sure you change your password.
It's not the same password for everything.
Exactly. Yeah. Make sure you make it a little bit more stronger, more sophisticated. 5. I had to stop a client setting a password the other day. They were putting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the thing is, right now on all your accounts, your special major accounts, make sure that you've updated or changed your password. The other thing is, unless you initiated a call to someone, don't reply to text messages, emails, saying, one of the common things we see is, hey, we just noticed that you sent a wire transfer to eBay for $2,000. Okay. Was this you? Yes or no?
Please confirm.
Yes or no. Now, again, I would say majority of those are going to be some kind of phishing scam. And the thing is, when you say no, because most people are going to say no. Hey, that wasn't me. No. The next thing you're going to do is get a phone call. Mm-hmm. And the phone call is going to be from, hey, we're so sorry that this happened, and we just want to verify a few things.
And then they spoof the number, and then the caller ID is fake, and it looks legitimate, but you probably have a phone call from a foreign accent. usually.
Well, you
Sometimes.
no, you got to be careful because I mean they'll sound legit. They may even say even the number comes up could be a legitimate number because they're
random,
cloning these numbers. So you need to be aware of that. The first thing I would do is if you see anything like that and you're concerned about it because obviously most people aren't wiring money, most people aren't doing anything like that. So the thing is if you're concerned about it, whoever you're doing business with, that maybe that company you're affiliated with, PayPal, eBay, or you're doing, call them directly. Notify them directly, and just say, hey, I got this message from.
What about contacting your bank because it should be getting pulled out of your bank account?
Well, the fact is, most times that hasn't happened. What's going to happen is if you go further on the scheme and you follow the instructions they do, then they can probably get access to your bank accounts. Okay. So just be aware. Again, right now it's the beginning of the year. Be aware. Say at the beginning of the year, let me go ahead and all of my major accounts. Let me go ahead and change the passwords. Okay. Secondly, any text message, any emails you get that even look, hey, I'm not doing that. I just erase them. I ignore them. Okay, because the fact is, and I had the conversation with my wife, and I said, "Well, honey, if they do turn off the electricity, they turn off the direct TV, then we'll or AT&T,
then we'll worry about it.
Then we'll go in person and we'll take care of it and all that.
Then it's legit.
But it's legit.
Yeah.
But the thing is that I would say most of the time it's not going to be legit, and you need to be aware the scammers and the schemes are getting more and more sophisticated.
Even with the passwords, and usually in this office area that we're in, we all got our doors open. We can kind of hear what's going on. I heard down the hall somebody was on the phone, and they heard I was hearing something about okay, now where do I need to go to connect? And I was listening a little further, and what it was is that they were having somebody remote into their computer.
Okay.
And that I just dropped what I was doing, ran down the hallway, like, stop what you're doing. Who is that on the phone? Pick up the phone. Who is this? Hang up the phone.
Yeah.
This is not a legitimate thing. They shouldn't be remoting into your computer.
Well, another thing also, we get so many calls, and one thing that I would direct our clients to do is if you get a call, spam, telemarketer, scam, whatever, and you decide, like you get a call and then all of a sudden you answer hello and there's nobody on the phone, immediately hang up because they're probably trying to get voice inflections, trying to put together where they could artificially use intelligence and you call a loved one and use hopefully your voice inflection to try to con them. So if you get that phone call, there's nothing, hang up immediately. Also, of course, you block the call. Make sure go through your calls during the day. I recommend
you can report it as spam.
You can report it as spam, but you can also just block it. Because now they're using local numbers with names that seem local. So just be aware of that. I mean, and our clients, of course, we have their accounts. We have many security protocols. We have. They don't have to worry. But again, if they have an account, if they get a message regarding their accounts, they just hang up and immediately go to the people are legit. Go
use their phone number.
Call your bank. Call your financial advisor.
Don't use the number that.
Call your brokerage firm. Yeah. Go call them and then just say, were you?
Let me confirm.
Were you trying to contact me for any reason? Was there an issue? Is there an issue?
Yeah. Speaking of security, and we recently had a power outage, and I've got a firewall in the back that I built, and the power outage corrupted the hard drive, the boot sector on it. So that's that computer down there. So I got rid of that, and I put new firmware on our Wi-Fi router over here. And I've been playing with it. It's Linux-based, and I wanted to see incoming anybody scanning our ports. And I put in some code, boom, 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 boom. All these places did reverse lookup, Bulgaria, Russia, Germany, all these bots that are scanning all of my ports. So I set up an auto block. If it tries to scan a port more than 2 times or tries to connect to us more than 2 times, it gets blocked.
Okay.
So at least it'll give me at least one option. If I screw up the password, I can still get in there. But I mean, this is happening to everybody's internet at all times. They're always getting scanned, always looking for open ports, and always trying to connect. So people need to be, well aware. It's not just, it could be the phone call, but they could also be, they've got a robot trying to connect to you over here.
Well, again, these scams. I mean, I remember the first scams that I heard of was a few years ago. I got a call from a CEO from one of the financial institutions that I worked with, and they said, Mark, you need to get over here. One of our members is going to be inheriting almost $1 billion. And I said, okay.
From a prince?
Let me look. Exactly. It was one of the first times I ever heard that, if you help us out, this prince, you send us money, it's gonna open up our treasury and we're gonna be able to pay you. Well, this was the first time I heard of that. And if it scammed the CEO, and this gentleman did send, I think it was about $1,500 or $2,000 that he lost, but we kept him from losing more. Now that was the first time. That was a very unsophisticated scheme compared to what they have now, because of possibly utilizing the artificial intelligence, utilizing getting better with technology, there's so many ways that they can try to scam you. So the most important thing, and I will tell you this, I had a discussion with a client 2 days ago, and this client told me to my face that they were having issues remembering things. So the first thing I do is, at that point, I had a conversation and said, do you feel uncomfortable about this? Is it alarming you? I told her, hey, you might want to go talk to your doctor about it. But the first thing that I wanted to do was to contact the family beneficiaries. And all I did was let them know. I didn't let them know specifically that fact, but I let them know who I was, because I had not spoken to them, and that I work with their family, with their parents as their advisor, and I just wanted to let them know, and if there's any issues, to reach out to me, that sort of thing. So again, scammers, they prey on the elderly because, first off, the elderly usually have money.
Yeah,
most people have money. But secondly, the elderly is more trusting. They grew up in a more trusting time. They're not probably very tech savvy in some cases.
Yeah, it's hard to see, this is a fake video, or this is a fake voice of your son. He's not kidnapped and doesn't need money.
Sometimes it's not even utilized. They just say who they are, and it's not. But they
like, Mom, I'm in the hospital. I need money.
They believe it.
Yeah.
They believe it. So the fact is that not only do we try to make our clients aware, but they need to the family needs to keep up with them, okay, and see how they're doing. See if there's any changes in their cognitive.
And that's why we've added the trusted contact. It was always there, always kind of in the forms, but now Simplicity adds an individual form at the end for many trusted contacts, just in case or something like that.
I just did that on some of my accounts, and I highly recommend that you have a trusted contact, that if they can't get a hold, can't get a hold of you, that they can get a hold of them to let them know that they're trying to get a hold, because there's some action that needs to be needed on the account, or there's some issue. So I highly recommend that you have maybe one or two, but the key word is trusted. The key word is trusted. Now, they don't have access to your accounts. They can't go into your account. They can't do anything. They can't get money, or they can't change things. But the thing is, being a trusted contact, we make them aware that we are trying to contact this person because something could have happened. Life insurance premium could have been missed. Their life insurance could be in jeopardy. Again,
more of a wellness check.
Well, basically, you're just letting them know that we're trying to contact them, so they would know.
Hey,
if
they're
hey,
looking for you.
hey,
Yeah.
mom or dad's in a hospital, or
Yeah,
mom and
okay.
dad's
They
in
would know.
hospice,
They
or
would
mom
know.
and dad has an issue.
Mhm.
Well, at that point, there could be a need to get power of attorneys.
Yeah.
There could be a need, and they might not even know about the accounts. They might not even know that what they have. So it's very important to list a trusted contact on the accounts to make sure. And if you don't have it, if you have a life insurance policy, if you have a brokerage account, if you have bank accounts, make sure that there's trusted contacts that can be contacted in the event there's an action needed on those accounts. And that way you don't lose a benefit.
And you can
because of it.
overlap some of these things, like the primary beneficiary can be the trusted contact,
Or
as
maybe
well.
not. Maybe
Oh, you
not.
can- you
I
can
mean,
have 'em-
I mean, it could. It's the trusted contact should be someone that they are in contact with on a regular basis.
Okay.
Could be a very dear friend.
Okay.
It could be a very dear friend, and if that dear friend is not seen weekly or not contacted weekly or daily or whatever, they're going to probably be concerned. Okay, but in our case, what's important for us is, again, I like to think of life insurance policies, long-term care policies, health insurance programs where you pay a premium. And if that premium is not paid, you could lose that benefit. And if you lose that benefit, it may not be recoverable.
Yes.
So that's why you want to have a trusted contact, or probably two trusted
Especially on
contacts.
those.
Exactly.
Because you miss a payment and it's gone.
Exactly. So we're talking about things that aren't really today financial oriented, you might say, numbers or taxes or whatever. We're talking about things that on the periphery, but they could affect your finances. So again, be aware of
Finances
texts,
touches
emails that you did not that
Initiate,
you did not
yeah.
initiate. If you did not initiate the call, do not even respond to it. Don't worry about it. Hey, again, if they turn off your electricity, then
Send me a final notice,
Yeah,
and then
I'll
don't
contact
worry.
you or whatever. Don't worry about it.
Those are the bills that need to get
Most of
paid.
the time, there are people fishing to try to scam you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Second thing, make sure make sure that if, again, we had this conversation with a client recently, they brought it up that, hey, I'm having trouble, little cognitive trouble. That's the point. As an advisor, we make a note of it. Okay, probably schedule a review or a visit not too far in the near future. Okay,
Yeah.
make a note to try to see them a little sooner than your normal reviews, and see if that's coming up as an issue.
I think I know who you're talking about. And usually when we do a portfolio and it's ready to be shared with the client for their approval, usually we'll just shoot them an email and just get an approval that way. But with her, I wanted to meet her in person, and I wanted to sit down with her, and I wanted to put some tools on her phone to help her. Because
great.
if you're going to lose your memory, now is the time to do it. There's so many different tools to help you. So she had an older Motorola. It was an Android device. I put Gemini on there where it could, have a conversation. I plugged in a few more apps that Gemini can actually connect to for notes, reminders. So I've got her covered on that. So that way, if anything were to happen, I even Google Maps can share your location with friends and family. So I reached out to her son. Hey, here's a link. You can see your mom's location. Anything happens, you know where she's at. So
I mean, you went beyond.
Yeah, I wanted to
the
help her.
normal scope of service.
Yeah.
And the thing is that's one of the reasons that we have these periodic reviews with our clients. First, to update them on their accounts, but also
We do that.
they're very important to us. They're very important to us. Their well-being is important to us.
It's holistic.
Yeah. So it gives us an opportunity for us to see how they're doing, to see if there's been any changes since the last time we saw them. And if there has been, and significant, we want to get other parties involved and let them know what we're seeing. Okay. And you're not infringing on their privacy. You're not getting information on their accounts. Nothing of that sort. But it's just basically being a responsible
Proactive.
advisor, being a responsible friend. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's important. So I think that the topics we covered
Beyond
today,
fiduciary.
the topics we covered today number one, just to recap. Number one, expect today's middle of January 2026. Expect to receive your 1099s before the end of January. Also, make a list of those organizations or those financial institutions you expect to receive one from. Okay, and if you don't get that, hey, maybe in the next week or so, give them a call and say if they've gone out. Okay, or their yours.
What about some of these companies? If you got a portfolio and it's got several different investments in there, and some of these companies don't file immediately, so it delays your 1099 if you took any money out of your accounts. So you're just kind of waiting until.
Well,
the last minute.
unfortunately, that's an issue. If that's an issue and it's causing you issues, you might have to look at changing to a brokerage house or a company that make sure they get them in a timely
on
manner.
time. Yeah.
So, but the other thing, again, recapping 1099. Second, be aware of these schemes that are out there, these frauds that are out there. They're real, and they're more prevalent.
Mm-hmm.
I get stuff almost every day. Okay, so I can
AI
imagine.
callers.
I can imagine what our clients are getting. But the thing is, for me, I basically erase it, throw it away, try to block it, that sort of thing. Then of course, having a trusted contact, you make sure that you have a trusted contact on all of your accounts, life insurance, bank accounts, brokerage accounts, any type of account you have, especially anything you pay a premium to. Make sure you have a trusted contact. I would even say if you can do it with your electric company, your cell phone company, you might want to do that, because if your bill hasn't been paid, if they allow you to do that, they can contact them, make sure that they're aware of that, or make sure if maybe that person's taken over as power of attorney, that way they can to handle that.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. So it covers everything. All right. We're going to have to wrap it up there. I think we've done enough time here, 22 minutes. Not too bad. But that covers a lot of things, especially these scam alerts that everybody's been getting. And they're just getting more and more sophisticated. And let's just try to be on top of it. And we try to help out everybody as much as we can. And if they got questions, you give us a call.
If you got questions, also you can go to if you got your local phone carrier, contact them. How do I block calls? Mm-hmm. How do I block emails? That kind of thing. So that way you're not if somebody sent it to you and it's a scam, you can
no more princes sending you money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think that's way in the past.
I think they're beyond that. Yeah,
they're onto that. No, they're basically just getting information from you. Now they're gonna find a way to scam it without contact.
Wow.
So you got to be careful.
All right. That wraps it up. If you have any questions, reach out to our website, mahfinancial.biz.
Thank you for listening to Retire Rich, Tales of Financial Freedom. Have questions about topics covered during the show? Visit our website at www.mahfinancial.biz or give us a call at 956-994-0407. Don't forget to click the follow button to be notified when new episodes become available. Investment advisory services and financial planning services are offered through Simplicity Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. SEC registration does not constitute an endorsement of the firm, nor does it indicate that the advisor has attained a particular level of skill or ability. Insurance, consulting, and education services offered through M.A.H. Financial. M.A.H. Financial is an unaffiliated entity from Simplicity Wealth. Clicking the like button does not constitute a testimonial for or an endorsement of our investment advisory firm, any associated person, or our services. Clicking the like button is merely a mechanism to circulate our page. Like is not meant in the traditional sense. In addition, postings to our page must refrain from recommending us or providing testimonials for our investment advisory firm. Because the SEC and state securities regulators generally prohibit testimonials, any such postings are subject to swift removal.